The golden age of Hollywood was a shimmering era of glitz and allure, but for many of its brightest stars, the spotlight concealed deep personal battles. Behind the glamour of red carpets and box office hits, some actors faced overwhelming struggles with mental health, addiction, and the crushing weight of fame. Tragically, some of these stars chose to end their own lives, leaving behind legacies tinged with sorrow. In this video, we delve into the lives of 15 Golden Age actors whose careers were cut short by their heartbreaking decisions, shedding light on the darker side of Hollywood's golden years. Gail Russell, a Hollywood actress celebrated for her ethereal beauty and roles in classics like Angel and The Batman alongside John Wayne and The Uninvited, had a life marked by talent, success, and profound personal struggles. Despite her on-screen charm and critical acclaim, Russell's life off-screen was overshadowed by her battle with severe anxiety and alcoholism, challenges that ultimately contributed to her untimely death at the age of 36. Russell began her career in the 1940s, quickly becoming a rising star with her delicate features and captivating performances. However, her extreme shyness and anxiety, which made her uncomfortable in the public eye and on film sets, pushed her toward alcohol as a coping mechanism. What began as a way to manage the pressures of fame and an overwhelming career spiraled into a debilitating addiction. Her struggles with drinking soon affected her personal life and professional reputation, leading to legal troubles, including arrests for driving under the influence and difficulties securing roles in her later years. On August 26, 1961, Gail Russell was found dead in her Los Angeles apartment. The official cause of death was acute alcohol intoxication, though the circumstances surrounding her passing have led to ongoing debates. While the coroner ruled her death accidental, some have speculated it may have been intentional, given the loneliness and despair she reportedly experienced in her final years. Regardless of the intent, her death highlighted the tragic consequences of addiction and the immense pressures faced by those in the spotlight. Carol Landis, the stunning star of films like 1,000,000 BC and Topper Returns, was a rising Hollywood actress whose life ended tragically at just 29 years old. Known for her beauty, talent, and vibrant personality, Landis had a promising career in the 1940s. However, her personal life was fraught with heartbreak, turbulent relationships, and a longing for stability that she never seemed to find. Landis first gained fame with her role as Lona in 1,000,000 BC, 1940, which showcased her as a glamorous leading lady. She became a popular pin-up girl during World War II, earning admiration for her dedication to entertaining the troops overseas. Despite her outward success, Landis struggled with insecurities and failed relationships, which took a toll on her mental health. By the late 1940s, Landis had been married and divorced 4 times, and her career was beginning to falter. At the time of her death, she was reportedly involved in a passionate but tumultuous affair with the married actor Rex Harrison. Deeply in love, Landis reportedly hoped Harrison would leave his wife for her, but this never came to pass. The strain of this relationship, combined with her declining career, worsened her emotional state. On July 5, 1948, Carol Landis was found dead in her Brentwood home after overdosing on barbiturates. A note addressed to Harrison was discovered near her body, though its contents were never fully disclosed. The circumstances of her death led to speculation, with many believing it was a desperate act driven by unrequited love and despair. Harrison's involvement in the aftermath of her death drew intense public scrutiny, though he denied being present when she died. Landis' tragic story remains a somber chapter in Hollywood's history, highlighting the darker side of fame and the pressures faced by actresses in the golden age of cinema. George Reeves, best known for his portrayal of Superman in the 1950s television series Adventures of Superman, remains one of Hollywood's most enigmatic figures due to his untimely and mysterious death. Reeves became a cultural icon as the Man of Steel, captivating audiences with his charm and heroic portrayal. However, despite his on-screen success, his personal life was marked by struggles and discontent, culminating in his tragic death at the age of 45. On June 16, 1959, Reeves was found dead in his Benedict Canyon home from a gunshot wound to the head. The official ruling was suicide, a conclusion supported by reports that he had been despondent over his stalled career and inability to escape being typecast as Superman. Despite his fame, Reeves had struggled to secure other roles, and his frustrations reportedly led to heavy drinking and bouts of depression. However, the circumstances surrounding his death have fueled decades of speculation and conspiracy theories. Some question the absence of gunpowder residue on his hands, a key indicator in suicide cases, and point to inconsistencies in the statements of those present at the house that night, including his fiancée, Leonore Lemon. Others highlight Reeves' tumultuous relationship with Toni Mannix, the wife of MGM executive Eddie Mannix, suggesting possible motives for foul play. These lingering doubts have led many to theorize that Reeves' death may have been murder, either out of jealousy, revenge, or a cover-up. The chaotic scene at the house and conflicting witness accounts only deepen the mystery, making it one of Hollywood's most debated cases. Regardless of the true circumstances, Reeves' death cast a shadow over his legacy. To his fans, he will forever be remembered as Superman, a role that brought hope and inspiration to millions. Yet his tragic end also serves as a reminder of the struggles faced by actors behind the scenes, even those who seem to embody the invincibility of a superhero. Peg Entwistle, a young actress who appeared on Broadway and in Hollywood during the early 20th century, is remembered less for her talent and more for the tragic circumstances of her death. At just 24 years old, she became a haunting symbol of the darker side of Hollywood's allure when she took her own life by leaping from the H of the iconic Hollywood sign in 1932. Entwistle began her acting career with great promise on the Broadway stage, earning acclaim for her work in plays such as The Uninvited Guest and Tommy. Her performances were praised for their depth and sophistication, and she seemed poised for a successful future in the entertainment industry. However, like many aspiring actors, Entwistle faced challenges when transitioning to Hollywood. After moving to Los Angeles, she struggled to find steady work in the film industry, which was undergoing significant changes with the advent of sound films. Her most notable screen appearance came in the RKO film 13 Women, 1932, where she played a small role. Unfortunately, much of her performance was cut from the final version of the film, leaving her disappointed and uncertain about her prospects in Hollywood. The pressures of a stalled career, combined with personal struggles, led Entwistle into a deep depression. On September 16, 1932, Peg Entwistle climbed to the top of Mount Lee, where the Hollywood sign stood as a beacon of the film industry's promise and glamour. She jumped from the 50-foot-tall A, ending her life. Her body was discovered 2 days later by a hiker, alongside a suicide note that expressed her despair. "I am afraid I am a coward. I am sorry for everything. If I had done this a long time ago, it would have saved a lot of pain." Entwistle's death shocked the public and remains a poignant reminder of the immense pressures faced by aspiring artists in Hollywood. Over the years, her story has taken on a mythic quality, symbolizing the unattainable dreams and harsh realities of the entertainment industry. Today, Peg Entwistle is remembered as much for her tragic end as for her brief but promising career, a cautionary tale of ambition and heartbreak in the City of Angels. William Frawley, beloved by audiences for his portrayal of Fred Mertz on the iconic sitcom I Love Lucy, was a seasoned character actor whose gruff exterior and impeccable comedic timing made him a household name. Behind the scenes, however, Frawley's life reflected the complexities often faced by Hollywood stars, marked by struggles with alcohol, career uncertainty, and personal challenges. Frawley began his acting career on the vaudeville circuit before transitioning to film in the 1910s and 1920s. Over the decades, he became a dependable supporting actor, appearing in a wide range of films. However, by the 1940s, his career had begun to wane, due in part to his reputation for being difficult to work with, exacerbated by his heavy drinking. Hollywood's fast-changing landscape left many actors like Frawley grappling with diminishing opportunities and personal frustrations. His career saw a remarkable revival in the 1950s when he was cast as Fred Mertz on I Love Lucy. The role brought him newfound fame and success, cementing his place in television history. Despite his professional resurgence, Frawley's personal life remained tumultuous. He never married and was known for his irascible personality, which often alienated colleagues and friends. His battle with alcoholism, although mitigated during his I Love Lucy tenure due to a strict contract clause, took a toll on his health and relationships. While there is no evidence to suggest that Frawley ever attempted or contemplated suicide, his life paralleled the struggles of many Hollywood figures who faced depression, addiction, and the pressures of maintaining relevance in a competitive industry. His later years were marked by declining health, and he passed away from a heart attack in 1966 at the age of 79. Despite personal and professional setbacks, he left an indelible mark on the entertainment world, providing audiences with laughter and memorable performances that endure to this day. Charles Boyer, the suave and sophisticated French actor renowned for his performances in classic films such as Gaslight, Algiers, and Love Affair, captivated audiences with his charm and intensity. Despite his illustrious career, Boyer's life took a heartbreaking turn in his later years, culminating in his tragic death. Boyer achieved great success in Hollywood, earning multiple Academy Award nominations and becoming a symbol of European elegance in American cinema. His deep, resonant voice and magnetic screen presence made him a favorite leading man opposite stars like Ingrid Bergman, Bette Davis, and Irene Dunne. Off-screen, Boyer was known for his intelligence and dedication to his craft, maintaining a reputation as a consummate professional. In his personal life, Boyer shared a profound bond with his wife, British actress Pat Patterson. The couple married in 1934 and remained devoted to each other for over 4 decades. Their relationship was often held up as a rare example of lasting love in Hollywood. However, their happiness was shattered when Patterson was diagnosed with cancer. She passed away on August 24, 1978, leaving Boyer devastated. Just 2 days after Patterson's death, Charles Boyer ended his own life by taking an overdose of barbiturates at the age of 78. The profound grief of losing his lifelong companion, combined with his own declining health, is believed to have led him to this tragic decision. His death shocked fans and the film industry, casting a somber light on the often hidden struggles of aging stars and the deep emotional toll of personal loss. He remains remembered as one of the great romantic leading men of Hollywood's golden age, a star whose legacy is defined by his artistry and the elegance he brought to every role. His life and tragic end serve as a poignant reminder of the complexities of fame and the enduring power of love and loss. Jig Young, an Academy Award-winning actor celebrated for his supporting role in They Shoot Horses, Don't They?, had a career filled with charm and success, but a personal life marred by turmoil and tragedy. Known for his suave demeanor and sharp wit, Young was a prominent character actor in Hollywood throughout the 1940s, 50s, and 60s. However, his achievements on screen contrasted sharply with the darkness that plagued his private life. Young began his career as a reliable supporting actor, excelling in roles that required sophistication and humor. He gained recognition in films like Teacher's Pet and Come Fill the Cup, as well as his acclaimed turn in They Shoot Horses, Don't They?, 1969, which earned him the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. Despite his professional accolades, Young struggled with alcoholism, depression, and a string of failed marriages, all of which contributed to his increasingly erratic behavior. In 1978, at the age of 64, Young's life ended in a shocking murder-suicide. Shortly after marrying his 5th wife, Kim Schmidt, a 31-year-old German actress, the couple was found dead in their New York City apartment. Young had shot Schmidt before turning the gun on himself. The motive for this tragic act remains unclear, though it is widely believed that Young's battles with mental health and substance abuse, compounded by professional decline and personal insecurities, played a significant role. While his on-screen performances continued to be appreciated for their skill and sophistication, his personal demons and tragic end have cast a shadow over his remarkable career, turning his story into one of Hollywood's most haunting cautionary tales. Lupe Velez, the vivacious Mexican actress known as the Mexican Spitfire, was a trailblazer in Hollywood during the 1920s and 1930s. With her fiery personality, sharp wit, and undeniable talent, Velez captivated audiences in films such as The Gaucho, Mexican Spitfire, and Hot Pepper. She broke barriers as one of the first Latina actresses to achieve stardom in Hollywood, paving the way for future generations of performers. However, her life ended tragically in 1944 in a death that became infamous for its tabloid sensationalism. Velez was celebrated for her comedic timing and passionate performances, as well as her bold and unapologetic persona off-screen. She had high-profile romances with notable figures, including Gary Cooper and Johnny Weissmuller, and was never one to shy away from the spotlight. Despite her professional success, Velez struggled with personal insecurities and the pressures of maintaining her career in an industry that often reduced her to stereotypes. In 1944, Velez discovered she was pregnant by actor Harold Marish, a relationship that had grown strained. Unmarried and unable to reconcile her situation with the rigid societal expectations of the time, Velez became despondent. On December 13, 1944, at the age of 36, she took her own life by overdosing on barbiturates in her Beverly Hills home. She left behind a poignant note expressing her despair and a desire for peace. The circumstances of Velez's death became the subject of lurid tabloid rumors, with exaggerated and false stories clouding her legacy. Some accounts sensationalized her final moments, reducing a deeply personal tragedy to salacious gossip. These distortions overshadowed the remarkable accomplishments of a woman who had defied the odds to achieve stardom in Hollywood. Dorothy Dandridge, one of the most pioneering actresses of her time, was a trailblazer in Hollywood who broke down racial barriers and left an indelible mark on the film industry. Best known for her powerful performance in Carmen Jones' 1954, Dandridge became the first African-American woman to receive an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress. Despite her groundbreaking success, her life was marred by personal struggles, including financial difficulties, romantic entanglements, and mental health issues. Dandridge's career reached its zenith with Carmen Jones, which showcased her extraordinary talent and beauty, making her one of the first African-American actresses to be cast in leading roles in major Hollywood productions. She received critical acclaim and was nominated for an Oscar, a feat that seemed to set the stage for even greater success. However, despite her talent, Dandridge faced the harsh realities of racial prejudice in Hollywood, which limited the range of roles available to her. This professional stagnation, combined with the challenges of being a black woman in an industry that was often hostile to her race, weighed heavily on her. Off-screen, Dandridge's life was complicated by turbulent relationships and her financial struggles, particularly following the end of her film career. She faced multiple personal crises, including a failed marriage and the challenges of raising her daughter alone. Dandridge's mental health became an increasing concern, and she was known to have battled depression. On September 8, 1965, at the age of 42, Dandridge was found dead in her West Hollywood apartment from an overdose of antidepressants. While her death was ruled as an accidental overdose, some have speculated that it may have been a suicide, given her emotional and financial struggles. However, the exact circumstances surrounding her death remain unclear, leaving a sense of tragedy and mystery surrounding her untimely passing. Dana Plato, best known for her role as Kimberly Drummond on the hit 1980s sitcom Different Strokes, was a former child star whose life became a tragic tale of early fame, addiction, and mental health struggles. Plato rose to prominence at a young age, becoming a beloved figure on television as part of the family-oriented show that also starred Gary Coleman and Todd Bridges. However, her success as a child star was followed by a series of personal difficulties that overshadowed her career. Plato's troubles began as she entered her teenage years. The pressures of growing up in the public eye, combined with the challenges of transitioning from child star to adult roles, took a toll on her. Plato struggled with substance abuse, which was well documented by the media. Her personal battles were exacerbated by a tumultuous relationship with the entertainment industry, which often seemed to push her into roles she wasn't prepared for and left her without the support she needed to navigate the pressures of fame. In the years following Different Strokes, Plato's career stalled, and she found herself caught in a cycle of addiction and legal troubles. Her public image became increasingly tarnished by her run-ins with the law, including arrests for theft and drug-related offenses. The struggles she faced in her personal life were compounded by the media's often harsh treatment of her, which only intensified her feelings of isolation and despair. On May 8, 1999, at the age of 34, Dana Plato was found dead in her Las Vegas home from an overdose of painkillers. The overdose was ruled accidental, though some speculated that it may have been intentional given Plato's ongoing battles with depression and addiction. Her death shocked those who remembered her as the sweet and talented young actress on Different Strokes, but it also served as a stark reminder of the difficult reality faced by many child stars after the spotlight fades. Plato's tragic end became a cautionary tale about the pressures of fame and the long-lasting effects of addiction and mental health struggles. Roscoe "Fatty" Arbuckle was one of the biggest stars of the silent film era, known for his comedic brilliance, physical comedy, and larger-than-life presence on screen. Arbuckle was a beloved figure in Hollywood during the 1910s and early 1920s, working alongside other greats like Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton. However, his promising career came to a dramatic halt following a scandal that forever altered the course of his life. In 1921, Arbuckle was embroiled in a notorious scandal after the death of actress Virginia Rabb. She died after attending a party hosted by Arbuckle in San Francisco, leading to accusations that he had sexually assaulted her. The case captured the attention of the public and media, and Arbuckle's reputation was severely damaged. Despite being acquitted of all charges after a highly publicized trial, the damage to his career was irrevocable. Hollywood, which had once embraced him as a leading comedic actor, shunned him, and the scandal effectively ended his time at the top of the industry. After the trial, Arbuckle faced a significant decline in his mental health. The scandal had taken a toll on his personal and professional life, leaving him isolated and struggling to regain his footing in the industry. While he did return to film in a limited capacity, his once promising career was never the same. Arbuckle battled depression and alcohol addiction, and his mental health continued to deteriorate. On June 29, 1933, Roscoe "Fatty" Arbuckle died of a heart attack at the age of 46. Though his death was not directly linked to suicide, the years of torment following the scandal undoubtedly contributed to his decline. His tragic fall from grace is often cited as one of the earliest cautionary tales of Hollywood's cutthroat nature and the pressures faced by stars who fell out of favor. Freddie Prinze, a promising stand-up comedian and actor, became a household name in the 1970s for his role as Chico Rodriguez on the hit television show Chico and the Man. The show, which aired from 1974 to 1978, was groundbreaking for featuring a Latino lead character, and Prinze's charm and comedic talent made him a beloved figure in American households. His youthful energy, quick wit, and natural charisma seemed to signal the beginning of a long and successful career in entertainment. However, beneath his public persona, Prinze struggled with deep personal demons, including depression and a reliance on drugs and alcohol. His early rise to fame and the pressures of stardom, coupled with his own insecurities and family problems, took a significant toll on his mental health. Despite his success, Prinze often felt isolated and overwhelmed by the demands of his career and the negative effects of fame. Tragically, at the age of just 22, Prinze's life came to an end. On January 28, 1977, he took his own life by shooting himself in his apartment. His death shocked the entertainment world, and the circumstances surrounding it only deepened the mystery of his struggles. Prinze had been reportedly battling severe depression and was dealing with the stress of personal issues, including a tumultuous marriage to actress Kathy Conner. Though his career was just beginning to reach new heights, the weight of his emotional burdens proved too much for him to bear. Freddie Prinze's death highlighted the dangers of untreated mental health issues, particularly in the high-pressure world of entertainment. His passing left a profound impact on his family, friends, and fans, who were left to grapple with the loss of such a talented young star. His son, actor Freddie Prinze Jr., would go on to have his own successful career in Hollywood, but the shadow of his father's death has remained a poignant part of their family history. Despite his short life, Prinze's impact on the entertainment industry and his tragic end serve as a stark reminder of the importance of mental health awareness and support. Robert Cummings, a versatile actor known for his work in both comedy and drama, had a career that spanned several decades, from the golden age of Hollywood through to television in the 1950s and 1960s. Cummings was beloved for his roles in films such as King's Row, Saboteur, and The Clock, as well as for his starring role in the TV series The Robert Cummings Show, also known as Love That Bob. His career was defined by his charm, comedic timing, and good looks, making him a well-known face on screen during his heyday. However, behind the scenes, Cummings struggled with personal demons, including depression and addiction. In particular, his battles with alcohol were well known, and the toll that these issues took on his mental health was significant. Despite his success in Hollywood, Cummings' personal life was often chaotic, and he found himself at odds with both his career and the expectations placed upon him. Cummings' mental health issues became more pronounced as he grew older. In the years following his television success, his career began to wane, and he faced difficulties adjusting to life outside the limelight. His struggles with depression, coupled with a battle with alcohol addiction, put a strain on his personal relationships and his overall well-being. By the time of his death in 1990 at the age of 80, Cummings had become a more reclusive figure, largely removed from the public eye. Although his death was officially ruled as the result of complications from a stroke, there have been long-standing theories that it may have been self-inflicted. Some close to Cummings believe that the actor's mental health had deteriorated to the point where he may have taken his own life. These theories have been fueled by the known struggles he faced in his later years, as well as his history of depression and addiction. Marilyn Monroe, one of the most iconic and enduring figures in Hollywood history, captivated the world with her beauty, charm, and talent. Known for her roles in films like Some Like It Hot, The 7-Year Itch, and Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, Monroe became a global sex symbol and one of the most photographed women of her era. Her rise to fame was meteoric, and she became synonymous with glamour and stardom, earning a place in the pantheon of Hollywood legends. However, Monroe's life was far from the fairy tale it seemed to be on the surface. Beneath the glamour and fame, Monroe struggled with profound personal issues, including mental health challenges, substance abuse, and the pressures of being in the public eye. She was often reported to be in emotional distress, and her relationships with men, including her marriages to baseball legend Joe DiMaggio and playwright Arthur Miller, were tumultuous and marked by emotional upheaval. Monroe's struggles with anxiety, depression, and her difficult upbringing, including a childhood spent in foster care and institutions, compounded the difficulties she faced as an adult. Monroe's mental health deteriorated further in the years leading up to her death. She was reportedly overwhelmed by the pressures of her career and the isolation that fame brought. On August 5, 1962, at the age of 36, Monroe was found dead in her Los Angeles home from an overdose of barbiturates. Her death was officially ruled a probable suicide, and while it is widely believed that she took her own life, numerous conspiracy theories have persisted, suggesting that her death was not a suicide, but rather a result of foul play or an accident. The circumstances of Monroe's death have remained the subject of much speculation over the decades. Some have pointed to the involvement of the Kennedy family, as Monroe had reportedly had relationships with both President John F. Kennedy and his brother, Robert Kennedy. However, no conclusive evidence has emerged to support any of the theories that challenge the official ruling of suicide. Monroe's death remains one of the most tragic and mysterious in Hollywood history. Her legacy, however, lives on in her films, her status as a cultural icon, and her influence on the entertainment industry. Marilyn Monroe's life, while filled with immense talent and beauty, also serves as a poignant reminder of the often hidden struggles that many stars face behind the scenes and the pressures that fame can exert on one's mental and emotional well-being.